And we are live. We're starting.
Are we live?
All right.
I think
well, what do you mean by live?
Well, we're here.
What do you mean by that?
Live.
It's a premiere episode, you guys.
It's premiere episode. What does that mean? I don't know. This is like the last
episode? It means that... No, the premiere episode is the first episode.
And it's like a big event. It's a big event, right?
Right.
This is like a big event.
Very big event.
This is like amazing. This is like history. You will remember where you were on this day at this time. What day is it?
It's Sunday.
Okay, Sunday. I want to write that down so I can remember.
It's Sunday.
Where it was.
Where were you on Sunday?
Where were you on
such
Sunday?
A big deal.
And we won't do any other dates. Where were you on Sunday? Oh, I remember where I was on Sunday.
I was sitting there.
And that thing came on, and it was amazing. It was a premiere. It was a premiere, and I'll never forget who. I don't remember. There was John and Juan, and who was that other guy?
You were there, and you were there.
One other guy.
One other guy. Good-looking guy. I mean, he was good-looking. He was really handsome. But
I think you got them all.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's.
I don't think
anyway, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen to the people watching this premiere.
I'm going to start our theme song, gentlemen.
Thank goodness.
As much as I'm enjoying you.
Thank goodness. Now, what's supposed to happen?
Can you hear me?
Well, John's not here. John is on the road this week, so.
Right, John's not here, but you guys are going to be talking in the comment section.
Yes, we will be in the comment section because we want to remember what happened in the premiere and say, "Oh, I remember this," and then we'll be talking in the comment section with the click and all the people in the world who are watching it.
Right.
I think you mean we are talking in the comment section right now.
Right now.
Right now.
I was just saying, 30 minutes from now or 2 minutes.
Yeah. So what you should do is look in the comment section, and Brian and Juwan will actually be saying comments right now.
They are actually saying things right now.
Right.
Right now.
But I mean in the comment section.
Like high Kit Kat bars. That will be there. Right. See it. Right now. Here it is. Right there.
Right there.
Smiley face. Yep. Jeff's here. Yeah. I see Jeff. Yeah. Who else is here?
Put a poop emoji in.
Oh, yeah. Dakota's here.
John Thomas is going to be live with us tonight, too.
He is live with us tonight.
John Thomas is live with us tonight. Everybody knows that this is recorded.
Oh.
So it's not like we have to pretend like we don't know that this is pre-recorded.
Well, I asked earlier, and you said, we're just going to do it like a regular show.
Right, but the people that are watching this know that it's recorded. They're not stupid.
All right, I'm taking you out of the stream now. I'm done with you.
And people wonder why we're so spastic and frantic. This is a small glimpse of what happens. Oh, here we go. Get ready. Welcome to our Halloween episode of Starving Comics Quarantine Show, or Scqs, as you like to call it. I am 1980s John Branyan. I am your host today, and I am excited to be here. John, as you know, and may have just heard, is not here tonight. He's doing a show. However, we're going to have a special guest come in later, and Juwan and I are going to be in the comments right now, like you can see it. Juwan has also disappeared. So, you know what? This is just like a normal, regular show. I'm the only one with really good internet here. And I got to tell you, I decided to do something really special because I wanted to be true to the character of 1980s John Branyan. I have rerouted my computer internet to wireless, and I'm stealing it from 3 houses down, so it'll be as terrible as John's is normally. So you will get the full John experience from me tonight. I got my Carl sign on, and we are ready. So I am Brian April, and we have an amazing show for you. I have no guests. I have no co-host. I don't need one. I don't need a net. I'm a professional. So what we're going to do, we got some fun things coming up for you guys tonight. I want to say hi. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. First and foremost, if you are not following on Facebook, if you're not following on YouTube, which you should be because this is the only place you're going to see the show from here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the show, we have a little subscriber sloth or whatever, some animation. Just hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bells, and that way you'll know when good content. There it is, right there. See, that's my co-host is the subscription sloth right there. So go ahead and hit that subscription button, and you'll be notified. And the notified bell, you will know. I do have a guest. Okay, so we're going to bring in a guest. I have no idea who this is, but it is definitely not John Branyan. That's for sure. So let's bring in not John Branyan.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Oh, wow. How are you, not John Branyan? You're looking...
I'm
good.
invisible.
You are invisible.
I'm totally invisible, except for my eyes.
I like it. I like it. No one can tell. And your headphones. It's cool. It's kind of like you're the logo for like Apple or like something cool. You know.
Right. I have. I'm totally invisible. Look what I can.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like a ghost. It's a ghost. It's just floating.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, it's John being out of town and everything. He asked if I would come in and just make an appearance and kind of help you out because, it's we knew that Juan was unreliable,
right?
And so I came in to just be here with you guys tonight. I've got a enneagram thing that we're going to get to later. It's a personality test that will reveal a lot about you, and it's going to be good. So anyway, that's why I'm here.
Hey, well, Juan is back, so let's bring Juan and Juan DeVivo, ladies and gentlemen. Emojis, smiley faces. Juan is just kind of chilling out at home.
Yeah, just relaxing.
We got to try to guess
at home. Hey, this not John Branyan guy. He's taken over a lot for not being John.
Exactly, that's true.
He's got us a plan for us.
Juwan's costume. Now, Juwan, I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. I'm going to go way out on a limb. I'm going to say that you are Captain Spock.
Oh, so close.
So close. All right,
so close.
It was close. Hey, I gotta say, I don't quite feel like John with this background because it's kind of cool and creepy looking. So I think I'm gonna change my green screen background to something a little more John Branyan. There we go.
There you go.
Ah, that's good.
So
I like that background actually.
It's a great background.
Yeah,
it's a great. I do have to. I have to say, there's one really important thing that we need to discuss here, and that is.
Well, it's like we lost John.
Yeah, well, that happens. It's I don't know how that guy even maintains his host position as much as he drops out of the conversations. It seems like you and Brian should do something to get a little more stable host in here.
And that is all we need to do to make sure that the show doesn't self-destruct.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Was I not here? I didn't know.
You froze up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. For a second there.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure.
Not John was suggesting that we get somebody more stable
than 1984.
That's impossible. The 1980s, John Branyan. No, you can't do any better than this. It's like Frankie Goes to Hollywood says, "Relax."
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to point out before you froze up and disappeared was that there is no quicker way to trigger a nerd than to intermix Star Trek and Star Wars characters and references.
Yeah, especially a Star Wars nerd.
Well, any of them, yeah. And if you threw Doctor Who in there too, if you said you're a Dalek, right, then they would all
You're
lose their minds.
Dalek, Captain Spock.
Right.
I am your father.
As Gandalf once said.
As Gandalf once said.
Gandalf, I am your father, the Dalek.
No, I am your father.
Do you think the Star Trek people are a little more sensitive to that
I think
than the
so.
Star Wars
And
people?
you know what? They've had so many shows, so many reboots, so many movies. Like, get over it. Star Trek is better. I mean, sorry, Star Wars is better. What a slip. Star Wars is way better. That's right. I said it, and I'm not apologizing. All right, I'm going to apologize. Sorry. I'm sorry I said that. So we're gonna do. Let's just get the show on the road because it's Halloween. We got more. We got more things to do than just this wonderful costume party that we have going on. We have a Star Spangled Ding Dong Ding Dong update.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, John left me with the ding dong, with the dang ding dong, and so quickly I'm gonna update you guys. It's been a few weeks since we've seen it. Many of you are worried about it. Many of you have written in concerned about the welfare of
You
the
got
dang.
a number? You got
Thoughts
a
and
number of
prayers.
that? How many people?
How many people?
Yeah,
Two.
You said many? Yeah, okay.
And it was Juan and I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so here it is. I can tell you that that I don't even really need to keep it on the plate anymore. It's been on this plate here, but I can actually pick it up and
Oh,
Wow.
floating in
It's
space.
levitating.
There
The
it
levitating
is.
Ding Dong.
it's got the consistency of a piece of balsa wood. It's very
Whoa.
stiff and hard. Even that cream filling that you can see there. Let me back up a little bit. You see the cream filling in there? It's no longer cream. It's a sort of a plaster of Paris.
You'll be handing that out to the children tonight?
I'm going to crush this and pass it out to the tricksters.
Here's some crumbs for you, Tiny Tim.
Some of you may remember this particular, this ding dong had a little growth. Yeah, and John jammed that little twig in it. I would point at it, but you can't see my fingers.
Yeah.
Right. But that little twig sticking out of the top of it, John actually stuck in there to make it look a little festive because nothing was happening, and so he was trying to simulate some sort of activity. But now, this many weeks later, that stick is absolutely
Stuck?
Yeah, it's stuck in there. The stick is stuck.
The stick is stuck?
So you can actually suspend the dang ding dong from the stick. It doesn't come out.
What it also looks like
a ding dong plant.
Right.
It also looks like the stick and the leaves have turned into frosting. It's like the essence of the ding dong is now part of the tree.
Right. Well, and then there's this dead bug is still here too, but
everyone would love the
there's
bug.
There's your ding dong update. I'm not sure what we're going to do with it beyond that, but there it is.
Christmas is coming, so those the white elephant gifts, the Secret Santa gifts. I mean, someone's going to be very, very pleased.
Ding dong, star spangled ding dongs are ringing. Yeah, are dead.
So I also want to say we're going to introduce a new segment today in honor of Halloween. It's TP Rorschach, but we're going to be doing it at our neighbor's house. We'll be TPing
on the windows.
The neighbor's house, on their windows this time. So in honor of Halloween, we're going to
you can even get them involved. You just say, "Hey, what do you see in there?"
Exactly. And then, here comes the play. Hey, how are you, officer?
Why are you yelling? It's a game.
What do you see, officer?
What do you mean a misdemeanor? That doesn't look like a misdemeanor. These cops, no idea.
It looks like a duck. That's a duck, officer.
Let go of me. Let go of me. That's right, donation duck. So there's our donation duck. So that is our ding dong update. Sorry, we are gonna just keep the show rolling because that's what we do here. We don't care. We don't stop. Train wreck or not, we just keep plowing one car into the car in front of it, into the next one until it's just a bigger and bigger and bigger train wreck, and that's the beauty of this show. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move on to a new segment that I am not aware of, but John left instructions with not John for the Enneagram.
Right. Well, here it is. If you're watching at home, this is a personality test. The Enneagram will reveal deep characteristic traits, personality traits about you by answering just a series of questions, of simple questions, and you keep score by you take 1 point if you select the first answer, and you take 2 points if you select the second answer, and so that's it. So you just keep a running total in your head. We're going to go through this, and then I will reveal the what your personality test says about you at the end of it. Okay, so you, Juan, and whatever in 1984, John. Yeah, 1984
John
can play along here too. All right, so get out a piece of paper and a pencil for those of you who are at home. Okay, you ready? Oh, good. Here we go. All right.
Thanks for waiting.
First question. Now, this is a fill in the blank. So basically, it's the first part of the sentence is I've been, right? And then there's option A and B. So I've been everywhere, man, or to paradise, but I've never been to me. So those are your two options. I've been everywhere or to paradise, but I've never been to me. Second question. I tend to A, confront my problems head on, B, back into my problems without even checking the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Number 3, given a choice, I will hide under the bed and weep or lick the frosting off of all of the cupcakes. Fourth question.
Oh.
I believe that ketchup is a vegetable, or everybody looks better with sideburns. Most of the time,
you're gonna have to give me time on that.
Can we do like a split answer?
Only
Maybe like 1.5?
No, you can only pick one.
Ooh. No.
I believe everyone looks better with ketchup sideburns.
No.
No. Okay.
Ooh, ketchup's. Oh.
No, but that says a lot about your personality, Brian, that you would even suggest a thing like that. And it's not good.
Not on the scale.
Most of the time, I don't wash my hands or don't think about endangered species. Most of the time, I don't wash my hands, don't think about endangered species. All right, next question. I focus too much on the footwear of others or solving the table puzzles at Cracker Barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Focus too much on which of those? Okay. Next question. Others depend on me for hot takes on superhero movies or bird calls. Next question. I have been more futon furniture oriented or wicker furniture oriented.
Ooh. Some kind of a futon, wicker futon.
Either of you guys actually have that bird call conversation? People are like, I thought I heard a marble crusted warbler yesterday, but I wasn't sure. Can you? Okay, just checking.
Yep. Well, that's you're gonna have it more often.
Whippoorwillow with a whooping cough.
All right, there's only 2 more questions, so focus, you guys.
Right.
Quit messing around.
Okay.
Sorry. Serious.
All right. It's been more difficult for me to tie my shoes while wearing mittens or drive while blindfolded. And the last question.
Oh.
When I encounter new things, I smother them with kisses or bash them with a large stick.
Ooh.
Okay.
I kind of do both.
Well, you know, if they survive the stick bashing.
Well, see, I
Brian,
go
you're
the
not.
other way.
Then you smother them with kisses.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
not taking this seriously, Brian. I
So
feel
now
like
I got to
you're
do
being.
math.
No, I think.
Well, here's. Go ahead. Okay. Okay, we lost John again.
Well, we'll get the results of that.
All right, the results of the Enneagram. Should we wait for him to come back?
2,
He
4,
may not
6,
come back,
8,
so we should probably
9.
go ahead without him. All right, the results.
All right, I got a
the
15. Is it
You got
total?
15. Yeah, you total it. Okay.
All right.
16.
What are the... Yes.
So, welcome
I went
back.
to 11.
The Enneagram is a valuable tool that provides insight into your personality.
Right.
Calculate your Enneagram number by totaling the number of questions you answered above and multiplying that number by 1.
Right.
If you
hang
scored
on.
less,
I got a calculator app.
if you scored less than 1 point, go back and answer at least one of the questions. If you scored more than 1 point, you are a principled, purposeful, self-controlled, perfectionistic, demonstrative, generous, people-pleasing, possessive, adaptive, excelling, driven, image-conscious, expressive, dramatic, self-absorbed, temperamental, perceptive, innovative, secretive, isolated, spontaneous, versatile, distractible, scattered, self-confident, decisive, willful, confrontational, receptive, reassuring, agreeable, and complacent person.
Wow.
You don't like when people lie to you. You prefer being warm and dry to being cold.
Wow.
That's.
This is reading my
Are you
mail
picking up
right
these?
now.
Yeah.
What
All
was,
right.
what was question 4 again?
That's totally me.
That's. I totally. Yeah, I got. Because I've been doing the Common Core method for the addition. I'm doing the new Common Core math, and so I've been drawing sketches.
Right.
And here's kind of what I've come up with.
So let me see your answer.
So I need to carry the arm. The arm is like 6.
Yes.
I'll keep working on it. You go ahead. Just don't worry about me. I'll catch up next year.
All right. So well, just to finish up here.
Right now.
You prefer being warm and dry to being cold and wet. You avoid being close to things that smell bad. You faithfully follow the laws of physics, even when nobody is watching. And no matter where you go, there you are. So, did we do it? Did we nail it?
I don't know how I could be so known.
Yeah.
I never knew I could be so known.
I feel like you just looked into my soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has that effect. There's a lot of people that when they take the Enneagram, they're like, holy cow, it's like you're reading my mind. It's like you just described everything about me. And it's a little spooky.
Yeah. Keeper. It's definitely a keeper. You can see right here in the comments. It says keeper.
Yeah. That's going to help a lot of people, John.
Yeah. That's
Not
I think
John.
Yeah, not John Branyan. It's gonna make a difference in someone's life. And they're gonna remember where they were and what they were doing on Sunday when their life changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our Enneagram. That thank you, Not John. That was totally wonderful. I hope everyone found that informative and insightful as I did. I'm a little taken back. I'm a little emotional personally. I'm just doing a little self-reflection, but we're just going to keep moving. We don't have time for self-reflection on this show. This show is full of amazingness. So what we are going to do is, and there goes Not John Branyan. What we're going to do is a board quarantine voice, which we haven't done in a very long time. So I 1980s John Branyan am going to channel my inner Brian April, who will channel his inner Severus Snape. And we're going to do a board quarantine reading on how to carve a jack-o'-lantern. So first, I need to get into character here. All right. I think that looks good.
Wow.
Yeah, right? I mean...
Transformed.
It's like Snape is right here, like you're in Harry Potter. It's crazy, right?
All
right,
Severus Snape. And to be forward-thinking from 1984 to know Severus Snape, that's...
a lot of people wouldn't go that way, but, that's the kind of effort that I, as 1984 John Branyan, put into my things here. So
I can only imagine how hot the top of your head must be right now.
It is just slightly cooler than the surface of the sun by about 3 degrees.
There's no sacrifice you will not make for this show.
I will not, and this is what I do for you. This is love. This is
what are you going to read?
We are going to read how to carve a jack-o'-lantern, because it is Halloween, and if you haven't already, then you need to get your jack-o'-lantern out and into the public. So, all right, so we're going to go Severus Snape. So let me focus. Yes. I should do John doing Severus Snape. Yes. Once before, there were 3 pigs in stature, swine and yellow and green, and they went to carve a jack-o'-lantern. And they said, we should run. Wee. Anyway, step 1. And what I like that John's not here and not John Branyan is here. We can't see the expression on his face of just pure anger. So that's good. That's the nice thing about it being invisible.
No, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this because actually, of the people on the quarantine show, Branyan is the one who annoys me the most. So It's refreshing that he's not here.
Do you hear that, people in chat? He's enjoying this. He's enjoying being made fun of.
Right.
Yeah, just chime in from time to time telling us if you enjoy something, because it really is like you said, we can't see.
Yeah. I mean,
so just tell
the
us how
eyes
you're
are the
feeling.
window to the soul, but the smile says so much more. Anyway, so step 1, choose a pumpkin. Choose a firm pumpkin with at least one side that has a smooth, blemish-free face. Step 2, get out your tools. Step 3, stab your pumpkin in the head with a serrated knife in the kit. Start, it will be the backside about 3 inches from the stem, and slowly work your way around the top. Do a lobotomy, basically. Step 4, rip your pumpkin's lid off. No, it won't scream. You've been watching too many horror movies, but it may take a strong tug to pull it free. Step 5, plunge your hand and pull out the pumpkin's brains. I can hear you just say, stick your hand into the glopped, stringy, icky stuff and try not to think of it as pumpkin brains, but do it anyway. Step 6, scrape the inside walls. Use the scoop from your kit or an ice cream scoop. That is disgusting. Step 7, cut loose glop off the pumpkin lid, which is pretty self-explanatory. Step 8, attach the carving kit's design template. And step 9, mark the design. Only 25 more steps. Step 10, remove the design paper. Steps 11 through 23, cut along the dotted lines. Just like your paint by numbers kit, you simpleton, just follow the outlines.
Wait a minute. Steps 11 through 23 are cut along the dotted lines.
Yes.
It's spelled out. Each letter is individual. Plus, the dotted lines apparently grew on the pumpkin on the vine, because where did they come from?
You had to repeat the exact same step 12 times. Okay.
Cut along the dotted line. Cut along the dotted line.
Step 24.
Cut along the dotted line. Cut along the dotted line.
Step 24, realize you screwed up and repeat at step 1. And
go get another pumpkin, yeah.
Step 25, put a candle in it and watch it burn. And That is how you call a jack-o'-lantern.
Wow.
Right. That's very good. Thank you, Snake.
Yeah, I was worried that it wasn't going to be violent enough, but
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta be honest, I didn't make that up. That was stab it in the head was
stab your pumpkin in the head.
Yep.
Somebody
Pull
has
out
some,
its brain.
it sounds like it's an unworked issue they got to get through.
So
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I was, the Halloween theme. I appreciate the Halloween theme that we've got going here, and I was just afraid that it wasn't going to be terrifying. But that was, after hearing that description of how to make a jack-o'-lantern, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to have to look under the bed.
I think the only thing that was missing was like add voices while your children watch.
Yeah, voice for the pumpkin. I'm surprised it didn't ask you to visualize someone that you didn't like.
Right.
While you're stabbing the pumpkin.
Boss.
Yeah.
Die, pumpkin. Well, I actually have another
producer.
producer.
Hi, do we have time for a producer surprise?
We sure do.
I want to give everybody who's commenting and watching the chance to guess about my costume. But in the meantime, I'm going to bring this up.
I want to say Ambi Davis.
Close.
Yes, it's Ambi Davis.
Probably close enough.
Ambi Davis.
No, not exactly, but I can see why you would think that. Okay, so I want a chance to redeem myself also because the last time I tried to do this particular surprise, it didn't work properly. And so now that we've had the internet connection repaired here in my studio, I think it should work. So I'm excited to see if it does. So far, so good.
The pictures.
Okay.
There it is.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
If you struggle to get your laundry as clean as you know it can be, your struggle is over. This is Healy Clean, the only detergent infused with the cleaning power of helium. You see those bubbles? That's pure helium.
Going to work on this awful stain. Healy Clean lets you power out the toughest stains. Grape juice, grass stain, blood, ink, nail polish, even crayons and grease. Stains are no match for Healy Clean.
And while some detergents claim to make your laundry April fresh, Healy Clean makes it lighter than air.
Hey, honey, where's the step ladder? My shirt's on the ceiling. Hey, I found my shirt.
Oh, that smells wonderful. You're the best wife in the whole world.
Doesn't your family deserve the fresh, clean clothing that only comes from Healy Clean?
Well, I've got to say
What do you have to say, not John Branyan?
that Branyan is a comedy genius sometimes.
I really liked it. I especially like the quality of the audio in the beginning. Like, I filmed this with a tin can.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts
At
as
the
well.
risk of
Absolutely filmed on a potato.
complimenting John too much while he's not here,
Yeah.
that still holds up.
Yeah.
That commercial still actually holds up.
Absolutely.
I
It's
still
very funny.
share that, everybody.
We won't tell that. That is a keeper, but we won't tell him that. So
Yeah. Well, it does. It points to the importance of audio, and he's gotten better.
Yep.
He's gotten better, hasn't he?
Does he have
Can we-
2 refrigerators at his house?
and I think we've lost you on. This is the annual tradition, and I don't mean annual. This is the weekly tradition. I think Vegas puts out odds on who's going to drop out first and then who's going to drop out most. So, but I think right now,
There it goes. I was going to answer the question of how important is audio, and I would say that it's at least as important as not dropping out of the stream in the middle of your sentence. So, all right. Well, that's all I've got for you.
Well, that is a great surprise. Thank you, producer.
You're
And
very
let's
welcome.
see, for those who haven't figured out your costume, do you want to reveal it?
That's right. I am Amanda Peaches dressed as an old lady. That's my costume.
So the producer is dressing as Amanda dressed as an old lady.
I think I did it pretty well. I even recreated her background. So
Yeah, that was good. You put great detail into that. So, and that's what it's all about. Same thing, great detail. So it's the details that really, those little things that really make that character pop out. And producer, you did an amazing job of that. So
well, thank you. I'm gonna go back out, and hopefully Juan will come back in.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. But we won't expect that. Now this is the part where there he is. I was gonna say we're about to do some Judge Juwan, but we don't really need Juwan for this. So
do we?
Based on him.
I'll allow it.
You allow it? Okay. Well,
I'll allow myself to do my segment. Yes.
You allow your segment? Okay. So
I need to change. Give me a moment.
Since the beginning of time, there have been highly contested debates with no clear answer. Today, there is one man who can settle all of that. He is Judge Juwan.
All right, we are back with an episode of Judge Juwan. Our esteemed judge is behind the bench, putting on his robe or whatever it is that he does before, whether it's just listening to, enjoying some Heli Clean or Healy Clean and just getting that ready for his sentencing and his listening and his skills. And we have a hotly contested debate this week that has been, I think, on everybody's mind, John, especially with, the big events coming up in the next, week. So, I think we'll talk about it. We don't normally do controversial topics on this show, but today I think we're gonna handle that. There he is, Judge Juwan.
There I am, the most stylish judge in the purple robe.
It's
willing
the
to hear.
Thing really just kind of it's kind of weird with the robe. It just kind of like spotlights your chest hair, and it's hard to take you seriously.
Is that making you uncomfortable, Brian?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that's better. I feel better now.
How's that? Not a lot of judges will take the risk of wearing a tank top under their robe either.
Yeah, most judges will wear a shirt underneath.
That's what sets me apart. Well, they wear a suit usually.
Yeah,
but I just want everybody to be comfortable. I didn't know it was making you uncomfortable.
It's casual Sunday here at Judge Juwan Courthouse.
Right, purple robe, tank tops, and shorts and flip flops. Everybody,
he's a judge for the rest of us.
What is the matter that is before my court? What is the case?
Your Honor, today we're doing a very controversial topic, and that is jack-o'-lanterns should be carved versus it is okay for jack-o'-lanterns to just be drawn on.
And who?
And see, it's so controversial, he ran away from the case. He ran away from the case. He wants nothing to do with this case, as you can see. So again, hotly debated, hotly, contested. And you know what? I don't even think we need him to debate this, personally.
Well, he knows there's no winners in this case.
Yeah, there's no winners. We're all so not John Branyan. Would you like to go first?
I will. And I'm taking the position that painting jack-o'-lanterns is not okay.
So they have to be carved?
Jack-o'-lanterns do in fact have to be carved because painting them is first of all, the slicing into a pumpkin and pulling its brains out, as Snape explained earlier, is one of the crucial aspects of holiday traditions. If a pumpkin doesn't die in some sort of messy evisceration, then it's not a jack-o'-lantern. Basically, what you've done, if you're sloshing paint on a gourd, you're not making a jack-o'-lantern. You're decorating the outside of a vegetable is what you're doing. And
Objection, Your Honor. He's making up words like gourd and vegetable.
I think those are words. I'll allow them. John, are you not John Branyan? Are you wanting to call Snape as an expert witness? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I hadn't thought about it, but if the court will allow it, sure, I'll call Snape in to argue my case against Brian. That would be fantastic.
If Snape is available, I will allow him to come and give his, because he is an expert. He did give us a full rundown on how to carve a pumpkin. So,
right,
Mr. Snape, or Professor Snape, sorry, you do.
Thank you.
You do deserve that kind of.
I appreciate that.
Not John Branyan has some questions for you.
Haven't I done enough for this show already?
Is it true, Snape? You're about done. Is it true that a jack-o'-lantern, in order to be a jack-o'-lantern, has to be carved? Is it not true that a jack-o'-lantern that has been painted is not a jack-o'-lantern at all?
Can you say that in a form of a sentence?
He's right. You should ask your question in the form of a sentence. Yeah, I think that's right.
I thought, okay. Does a jack-o'-lantern have to be carved in order to be a jack-o'-lantern?
Yes, that is correct.
Right. So a jack-o'-lantern, a pumpkin that has a face painted on it is not a jack-o'-lantern.
No, it is not, nor is a bat that does a smiley face.
Right.
It's also not a jack-o'-lantern. Or a tree with little arms sticking out and a scary face is also not a jack-o'-lantern.
What about...
I'm totally sabotaging your argument.
No, anything with any... My argument is that a jack-o'-lantern, in order for a jack-o'-lantern to exist, you have to hollow out a pumpkin with some sort of a sharp instrument.
You need to stab it in the head. I clearly stated that. Perhaps you weren't listening. But I did say it had to be stabbed in the head, and its brains must be removed by hand.
And not an ice cream scoop.
Well, you could use an ice cream scoop for the inside walls, but that's kind of gross.
Okay. All right. No further questions.
Okay. 1984, John Branyan, 30 seconds for your case.
Okay, Your Honor, I think this whole thing is a sham based on, if you look at the information that we were sent prior to this show, you will see that John has argued my position, where he says clearly, and I quote, Your Honor, Brian argues that jack-o'-lanterns must be carved, while I, John Branyan, insist that painted jack-o'-lanterns are legit, and Juan decides. So I'm going to go ahead and say maybe. I agree, kind of. But I should win anyway because this wasn't fair.
Okay, so Brian was last, so I'll allow him to win. But jack-o'-lanterns have to be carved. There must be some kind of violence when you put a jack-o'-lantern out. That's the only reason why they are jack-o'-lanterns, right? You have to have some kind of violence, some sort of vivisection, some sort of emptying of the cranium of the pumpkin. Yeah, that's what I think. Go with.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just being lazy.
I agree. I'll allow it. A fine for both of you. Is that how we're working?
So,
Brian.
Judge Juan Ruling, there must be violence. So maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like we actually argued with each other about anything. I think we all just kind of said that a jack-o'-lantern.
Objection, Your Honor. I think that John's wrong about that point. I think we did clearly argue. There was definitely some arguing. I would like to maybe roll back to the stenographer and just say that I objected several times about the vegetable name and the gourd name and a few other things that he totally made up. But I think
There's actually a debate as to who was arguing which side, too. I think we figured that out really well. Yeah. I'm glad to solve these things for you guys. That's why I'm here.
Well, did we? I just want to know, did I win?
What? Give me your side of that. Why would you say that you won, not John Branyan?
Because I was the one presenting the case. I wasn't sure. I thought I was arguing that jack-o'-lanterns have to be cut up, and then Brian said, "Yeah, I agree with that, but that wasn't what you were supposed to argue." And then the judge said, "I'll allow it," and I don't know. I don't know if I won.
Technically, I was supposed to argue that they were supposed to be cut up, but somebody came in and took my argument. Clearly took my argument, and I think this is the real argument we're having now: is who was supposed to do that. So if you want, though,
Okay.
I'll make a case so that everybody's happy. I don't want that hate mail of like, you didn't argue against it, because I know you're out there and I know you see them and you got your little, you're gonna fire your emails off and be like, he didn't do it. Well, I'm gonna give it to you. That was too nice. Well, here's something. Your Honor, that man is a fraud. That man is a fraud. He won't even show his face in this because he's invisible, right? Who's invisible? Listen, if somebody who won't even show his real face is not qualified to talk about a face on a pumpkin, that's my thing. He's shady. He has no idea. So I think painting it would be totally fine. Like if not John Branyan painted a face on there, we wouldn't call him a jack-o'-lantern. No, we wouldn't, but it would still be something like real that we could see. And so I think there are a lot of people out there that don't have time. They have kids. They're home with COVID. They're trying to teach them things. I don't have time to carve out and stab a pumpkin in the head and hear it scream and screw that up 5, 6, 7, 8 times and redo it. I'd rather just take a dry erase marker and do it once or twice, get it drawn, and be done with it. So I think, therefore, painting or drawing. I'm not going to paint. What am I going to put it on an easel? I'm not going to put it on an easel. Just paint on it. But I think just drawing on markers would be plenty good enough to be an acceptable jack-o'-lantern. How's that?
Not John Branyan. Do you agree with him that you can't be trusted because you nobody sees you? Does that think that's not trustworthy?
Absolutely, Your Honor. I should not be trusted. In my opinion should be immediately disregarded because of the fact that I have no face. I wasn't aware of the litigation or of the law that said that you had to actually have a face in order to testify in court, but I'm not the judge.
I mean, there's no precedent for it, but he does bring up an interesting point.
Well, actually, Your Honor, if I may, if it pleases the court, case April versus Faceless, that is 6.293. There was a ruling that says having a face is important to discussing matters of faces.
Well, I think you've decided it for me. If you don't have a face on the jack-o'-lantern, how can you trust its sincerity?
Did he disappear again?
He did. This is going so off the rails.
And he says, "I'm not trustworthy."
Exactly. So that was pretty impressive. I feel we finally got there. I want to apologize for not bringing the argument first. I just want to apologize. I should have played along with the character and the whole point, but I was very upset that John switched things on me, and I should have just rolled with it like a professional. And instead, I decided to call him out on it, to try to make it funny. Probably wasn't funny. Probably made it awkward, and you guys felt it. I felt it. Clearly, Juan felt it because he left. He doesn't want to be around it. And so I just want to say I'm sorry for ruining the segment and the show and your Halloween and your 2020 for that matter. I have ruined 2020 and everything. It's my fault, and I'm sorry. I will do my best next year because I'm not going to do anything this year. I'm just too tired and lazy. So I will try in 2021 not to ruin everything. So I'm sorry.
So, as you know, we've started a wildly successful segment through the month of October, and we have John Thomas Oakes come and do something scary. And we have lovingly called this Oakstober, a spooky moment with John Thomas Oakes. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, put your icons together and welcome the one and only John Thomas Oakes. Perfect. I was wondering if the skull was going to make another appearance, or for.
Yes, why not?
Does the skull? It's. You know, when I asked you to do this, I knew that you would have props. I didn't even have to say anything. I didn't have to say get some props.
Always have props.
I knew you were going to do it. All right, so
props.
So what is the what's the spooky moment tonight? What's on tap?
I have a scary song for you tonight. I kind of did a rap last time. It was kind of a rap / song, kind of almost like a Halloween polka.
Yeah, you mean 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago when you did Here Come the Skeletons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to do an actual song for you tonight. It's
okay.
A horrifying song. I don't know if people want to watch it or not. You might want to have them log off before I do
Is it terrifying?
It is. It's just, I can't even, it's unspeakably
So should they start with their hands over their eyes?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or just leave the room entirely. Go make a sandwich or something.
Everybody leave.
This is going to give everybody nightmares. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay. When days are dark and nights are black, the week before November, and tales of dread and deep despair are all you can remember. And shades of red surround the moon, and shadows steal the light. If you should meet a sharp-toothed man, don't try to be polite, 'cause he's Dracula. He'll try to bite your neck. He'll hypnotize you, drink your blood, and leave you in a wreck. So stay away from Dracula's castle. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits you in Dracula's castle, where there is no place to hide. Stay away from Frankenstein's dungeon. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits you in Frankenstein's dungeon, where there is no place to hide. Frankenstein lives with his bride in a basement, waiting for humans to walk through his door. When he is finished destroying their bodies, they don't look like humans no more. So stay away from Transylvania. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits you in Transylvania, where there is no place to hide. When children come to trick or treat and wear their scary masks, you'll notice one is drinking from a laboratory flask. Slam the door and lock it tight. Don't even ask him in, or you may never live to open any doors again. Because he's Dr. Jekyll, he'll change to Mr. Hyde. He'll drain your blood and fill your body with formaldehyde. So Stay away from the lab of Dr. Jekyll. You will be killed if you venture inside. Stay away from the lab of Dr. Jekyll, where there is no place to hide. And stay away from the crypt of that zombie. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits at the crypt of the zombie, where there is no place to hide. Zombies are dead, but they feed on the living. They'll eat you up from your head to your hands. If one calls and asks you to join him for supper, tell him you have other plans. Hey, stay away from the tomb of the mummy. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits in the tomb of the mummy, where there is no place to hide. In space, there lives an evil man who rules a dark domain. He built a planet of his own because he is insane. If you're captured by his troops and thrown before his feet, be courteous and tell him that you think he's really sweet, 'cause he's Darth Vader. You'd better not complain. He'll cut you with his lightsaber and cause you lots of pain. So stay away from the Death Star space station. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits at the Death Star space station, where there is no place to hide. And stay away from Cujo's doghouse. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits you in Cujo's doghouse, where there is no place to hide. Cujo's a dog with a bad case of rabies. If he attacks, you won't know what to do. Don't try to give him a milk bone dog biscuit. He'll take your arm with it too. So stay away from Stephen King's basement. You will be killed if you venture inside. Terror awaits you in Stephen King's basement, where there is no place to hide. Where there is no place to hide. Big finish, here we go. Where there is no place, hey, where there is no place, all right, where there is no place to hide, no place to hide.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
That was kind of like a PSA.
It's horrible, isn't it? I mean, it's just horrible.
That was kind of like a PSA. You covered everything.
All the stuff that can kill you.
All the things that you will be killed if you enter inside.
Yeah. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I mean, it's true. It's a valuable list. It's a list that everyone should keep in their wallet.
Little lacquered card.
Away from Cujo's doghouse.
Now, there's a marketing idea, Brian.
Yeah.
Little
The
lacquered
things
cards with the things to stay away from.
Yeah. So when you're outside and you're like, wait a minute, should I stay away from this? You just reach in and pull out the card and you're like, there you go. Okay. Yes. Yes, I should. I am running right now.
I shouldn't be standing here reading this.
Do not stand in a den of snakes. Okay. Got it.
Dark cornfield, right?
That's right.
Stay away from venomous serpents. You will be killed if you enter inside.
See, we're already starting to write the sequel to this.
Yeah.
We should collaborate on a sequel.
Stay away from. We can do that.
From the Amazon River. I mean, it's full of piranhas, right?
Yeah.
Stay away from the Amazon River. You will be killed.
Killed if you.
I mean, there's all kinds. Piranhas are small, but they'll, we could just
tear off
your flesh off.
writes itself.
And you will start to cry.
Exactly.
Oh, and then we got to have Snape sing a verse.
Yeah.
Stay away from Hogwarts Castle.
Stay away from Voldemort's magic wand. Kill you if you go inside.
Find a basilisk and maybe Harry Potter and somewhere nice to hide.
Yes, absolutely.
I like it.
Man,
Oh,
it's gonna
fantastic.
go platinum. It's gonna be.
Let's just take this on the road. Just deadly. We'll call it like the Deadly Places to Die tour. I think that'd be great. Kids will come out. It'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
That'd be great. The Don't Come Inside tour.
Yeah, the Don't Come Inside tour.
Stay
all
away.
all held inside venues. Don't come inside tour.
Don't come inside. You'll be killed if you enter inside.
Irony.
Yep. It's been a great month, JT, and Halloween is almost upon us, and you've set the mood faithfully.
Good.
And
Glad.
And it's been great. It's been great having you on.
Thank you.
Thanks for our theme song. I mean, what would we do? What would we do without your theme song?
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I need to finish it. Yeah.
You need to add a verse. Stay away from the quarantine show.
They will kill you inside.
A little bit of
jokes just die right of laughter.
It's where comedy goes to die.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah.
And scene.
And scene. So
I'm very sorry.
all right.
All right.
That's well done.
Thank you. I feel better. I feel like we accomplished that. We accomplished something, and I don't.
Well done.
I feel like we can move on. So now we're going to go to a new segment called Weird News. John, take it away. Not John. I'm sorry.
Not John. Take it away. All right. I've scoured the internet and found various pieces of interesting news items from around the world, and I just want to bring these up, and I thought we could comment on them. And Juan's back.
Okay, hang on a second. I had this brilliant thing about because he made this argument against not having a face, so a carved. Am I frozen again?
No, you're good.
Made this argument about not having a face makes you not trustworthy. So a jack-o'-lantern with no face is not trustworthy. So I was going to find for the defendant, I guess.
Right.
Which
or
one
plaintiff.
of us?
I still don't even know which one we are right now.
Well, that was my question. I didn't even know if I was the plaintiff or the defendant. But it doesn't matter.
So just a simple thing for everybody watching out there: if you can't win the argument, just confuse everybody. I think that's the rule that we should all take out of this.
Or you could just do what Brian does.
That's on
when
the
the other person is testifying, you could say, "Yeah, that's what I was going to say." Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean, yeah.
I'm also available for a private defense attorney and also for prosecution. So if you want that, and birthday parties, and as well. So I will come in and lawyer at your birthday parties.
All right. So here's some news for you. Here's some news for you guys. There's an 8-year-old girl in Israel. Her name is Inbar, and she swims with her 11-foot yellow python. She's got an 11-foot python, and she swims with it. She's named the python Belle after Walt Disney's Beauty and the Beast character.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it helps me pass the time because I really like to hang out with snakes, and sometimes I help snakes shed their skin, and I help them to be happy during coronavirus. So,
okay.
Do you guys have any thoughts
how old is this
on letting an
article?
11? It's recent. Well, it's coronavirus, and so
How old is the article?
the article is
That's right. Is she still living?
beginning of the month. Well, October, she was alive as of October 8th. I don't know.
I have several concerns about this article.
Mm-hmm.
One, she helps them shed their skin. I hope she waits until they start to shed and doesn't just decide to do it herself.
It doesn't just go full jack-o'-lantern on him.
Yeah, go jack-o'-lantern. Like, you know what? It's time for you to shed that skin.
Right.
You said it's an 11-foot
just peeling inside
python?
out.
It's an 11-foot python, right?
And she's going swimming with it.
She's swimming with it because it keeps the snake company during coronavirus. So apparently the python is feeling a little, melancholy because apparently coronavirus is even causing some hardship on the reptiles.
Yeah, and the 11-foot python world. I didn't even think of them, and that's I just, I'm waiting. Is there like an article like 3 days later about girl goes missing while swimming with an 11-foot python? Because that's coming. That's definitely coming.
Well, the parents are complicit in this. They think the mother said that the two grew up together. So the snake and the girl have grown up together, but evidently the snake has done a little better job of growing up because the snake is 11 feet long and the girl is not near that long.
Well, it's kind of like
Did she have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Had.
It doesn't say. Right. It doesn't say.
Who we could ask about this is Siegfried and Roy. Oh wait, we can't because the tiger kind of ate Roy.
All right, moving on.
Hey, look up. Well, I was going to say, from the headlines of today, see if in Israel they found a very fat python. Like zoo authorities find very large fat python on the banks.
A bloated yellow python. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this next story is in Berlin. The new rule facing Germans to take their dog for a walk twice a day has unleashed a debate on whether the state can decide what's best for the country's 9.4 million pets. So there's a law now in Germany that you must take your dog for a walk twice a day. You must.
So can you only do it twice, or can you do it like 3 times, or is it only like 2?
Well,
it's super restrictive.
They're limiting.
Yeah.
Look, people.
Look, 3 times,
taking
4
your dogs
times
out, everybody.
2 times only.
Well, I can answer that question.
Yeah.
The minister Julia Klockner announced that she had taken expert advice of introducing a law to ensure that dogs go for a walk in the garden at least twice a day for a total of an hour.
Okay.
Right.
So the problem isn't over frequency.
Right. Well, and according to this person, pets are not cuddly toys. Their needs have to be considered. With almost 1 in 5 German homes owning a dog, the animal welfare dog regulation sets limits on transportation. But they're basically wondering how they're going to enforce this. What did they?
Well, and you said especially for, it has to be at least an hour. So they're going to be out there with like a stopwatch. Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering how they're going to. Yeah, how they're going to know.
Or if it rains or it snows, like they got to just stay outside.
Everyone,
for an hour.
They have a large speaker in the middle of the cities. Everyone, it is time for walkies. Take your dog out to the park.
The ringing of
bags to pick up some poopies. Yeah. They said, yeah, you got town crier. That's creating jobs. We have in this time of COVID, you got a guy that the dog crier, I guess, is the guy that'll walk through and everyone take your baggies and a frisbee. Play with your dog. What I want to know is this feels like there was there's some victory by a dog lawyer. Like I want to know where the legislature came from. There was like a dog lawyer that brought his owner to court and was like, Your Honor, I only get out once a day. And it's only when he comes home.
7 minutes.
I get up in the morning. I've had 4 cups of coffee. I got to go. And he waits till 5 p.m. I don't know why the New York dog is in Germany, but
I don't. Yeah,
I wonder, are German shepherds in Germany just called shepherds?
Get your shepherd dog.
Get your shepherd dog.
Gertrude.
All right. Next story comes from Belgium. This is going great.
This is creeper.
This is great.
Belgians looking for a different culinary experience will once again be able to eat 50 meters, which is 164 feet above the ground, as dining in the sky returns from the COVID-19 lockdown with a new socially distanced feel. The Belgian-based diner in the sky has been set up in some 60 countries since its 2006 launch. Basically what it is a platform. I wish I could show you a picture of it. I probably could if I'd have planned ahead. It's a platform.
Well, I thought they were dangling like on a mobile.
They attach it to a crane.
Just kind of hanging from strings.
Yeah, they attach it to a crane.
Oh.
And look how I'm holding my hands up as if you can see them.
Oh, that totally illustrates it.
So they attach it to a crane, and then they lift it up in the air, and so the platform then dangles, and the tables are set up on the platform, and you sit there with your dinner and dangle, 164 feet above the concrete. Now, what I thought was interesting about this is that they shut it down because of COVID. All right, so they were worried that people might be adversely affected health-wise because of COVID, and so they shut it down. Now it's open again, but they're social distancing and they're wearing masks 164 feet above the ground.
Everybody's just on the edge of the platform. Then there's a big space in the middle.
Yeah, there it is. See what they're doing?
See,
what are the safety?
I was kind of hoping the restaurant below was like in the shape of a crib, or it was like a daycare underneath, and so there was this giant people.
They're all just hanging there.
No.
And then if you drop like a fork or a knife off of the table, like it just plummets down and impales like a pumpkin in the head.
That's it. Oh dear, you killed the pigeon.
Well, does it seem strange though that you'd be concerned about getting COVID, but you're not afraid to dangle on a platform 150 feet above the ground while you're eating dinner? I mean, does it seem like those people would be concerned?
It's a relief too, because you're like, finally we can get back to dining off of cranes.
Little normalcy back in our lives. Then we're gonna have pudding.
That's
bungee jump.
That's worse than I imagined it.
I know.
I thought the chairs were on the platform, but no, you could lose a shoe like that.
Seriously. No, but seriously, like if you drop a fork or a knife, like
thank God COVID's a relief.
Or a shoe.
Now I can get back.
Then do you have to like bungee jump down? Do you have to take a parachute down? I'll be right back. Let me get that. Just like dive out of your chair.
No, somebody's gonna forget to. Somebody's gonna forget something. Oh, my napkin.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't even
But
look
at least
like
they don't have COVID.
What you know what I did?
But they're safe from COVID, at least.
You know what I didn't see up there? I didn't see a bathroom. I didn't see a,
I thought you were going to say seat
a place to go potty.
Yeah. What's the announcement?
Like lower it. Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, jeez. It's probably some. Glenn, couldn't you think of that while we're on the ground? I'm sorry.
The guy's yelling on the way up. We're not turning this car around. You should have thought that before we left.
We're not turning this dining room around.
That's right.
Yeah, the people are like, I'm so sick of eating on the ground. When can we get back up in the stratosphere? All right, I got one more, and this one is a Halloween theme.
They are safe from COVID though up there now.
One more piece of weird news. All right, this is in Tokyo, and if you're finding the pandemic scary, they have a solution for that. A Chinese group is trying to take people's minds off of COVID. So trying to get people's minds off of COVID by putting them in coffins surrounded by chainsaw-wielding zombies. So, customers this weekend in Tokyo can lie in a 2-meter windowed box, listen to a horror story while watching actors perform with chainsaws and getting poked with fake hands and squirted with water.
Do they get free hot cocoa with that? That's such a warm fall evening kind of plan that I like with the honey, do you want to go? Let's go sit in a coffin and watch people be brutally murdered. Can we? Oh, I mean, forget the fire, forget the campfire. No, leave the s'mores. I'm gonna go lay in the coffin.
I would
lay in the coffin.
I would be more comfortable if they suspended it 165 feet up in the air, like the restaurant. So after you eat, you get to go lay in the coffin and be suspended. Then have flying zombies with chainsaws.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, the guy who thought it up said
flying zombies.
Yes.
Said the pandemic is stressful, and we hope people can get a bit of relief by having a good scream. That's the thought. That's as Japanese experiences.
You guys depressed about your own mortality?
What are their spas like if that's a relaxation thing? You know, like, hey, come to the spa while we have just children screaming in your ear the whole time. You know, COVID's scary, and sure you could stay home and be calm and safe, but wouldn't you rather be in a glass box being attacked by chainsaw wielding zombies and watching horror movies and having water
squirted with water
on you? Sure, that doesn't send fake hands that have been touching other people. That's fine. Nothing says, when I go to sleep at night, some people put on Ocean's Relaxing Surf. I like to put on chainsaw zombie screams, and that is what I listen to meditate and what I listen to just kind of fall asleep to. So that sounds like a wonderful time for me.
Well, one of the guys who participated said, lots of events have been canceled because of the coronavirus, and I was looking for a way to get rid of my stress. So that's how they did it in Japan. In order to get rid of stress, they lay in coffins while zombies poke them and wield chainsaws. And if that's a stress reliever, it says, I feel relaxed now.
Do they have, what I want to know is, do they have essential oils going while you're doing that? You know, like, do they have like a peppermint essential oil or whatever? That's what Yes, Halloween, Travis just said Halloween ASMR, which is just, that ASMR is that really quiet, like when they go, and then I'm going to crinkle this chainsaw up against the side of this glass box. And then I'm going to just scream like a zombie. So that would be,
we did ASMR last week on the show.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
on the show we did. We're having a time warp moment here because we're actually recording this show before the last week's show. And so, but yeah, we're doing ASMR. We did ASMR last week.
Yes. Last week, that sketch that we did, ASMR. You guys remember? Wasn't that good? That was a keeper. That was totally a keeper.
Totally. We're such pros. Well, if chainsaws and zombies are a relaxation method, you could put them anywhere. Couldn't you? You could, like you're saying, Brian, you could put them in a spa, you could put them in a sauna, you could put them in a yoga class, you could put them in a mattress place where you go to buy mattresses, and you're like, hey, stretch out on this mattress here. It's Tempur-Pedic. How does that feel? And then in comes a zombie. Like, I could doze right off here.
Namaste.
Perfect.
Oh, Japan, you're so wonderful.
Japan, we love you.
We love you, Japan.
All right, that's my weird news.
All right, and that is our weird news segment. We are going to, we have a special guest today, and this maybe pre-recorded last week, or it may be pre-recorded next week. We're not sure. We're in time warp. We have no idea what's happening anymore.
It can't be pre-recorded next week, Brian. That's not possible.
Sure can. Sure can. The way this show works, we can do anything.
No, we can't. We are pre-recording this in the future.
That's right. We've gone to the future where chainsaw zombies are relaxing everyone. And actually, you know what? It's time to continue our tradition. All month we've had John Thomas Oakes come on for a little segment we like to call Oakstober.
Oakstober. Here we go.
Spooky moments with John Thomas Oakes. Ooh.
Always so good. It's always great to have John Thomas with us, isn't it?
That was so good. That was so good. That just feels like it just flew right by. But it was so good. It was so good. I love having it.
You can't make jokes like that because they only make sense to us.
I know. Well, I think people get it. I think they can figure it out. And you know what? I did. I wanted to make sure I took my wig off and the Carl thing so that, you know, and I changed my background and all that just to, you know.
I have a project. I have one recipe that I want to do tonight for Thanksgiving for Halloween.
You're broadcasting from the future.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick recipe, and it's how to make popcorn balls for trick or treat. So it's a very simple recipe and it's very fast, and so it won't take very long at all. But you need to get a bag. I use microwave popcorn.
And once again, there goes.
And you just pop it up like that.
Okay.
And did I disappear?
A little bit. You're good. Well, your face did, but
did I go away?
Yeah. No, you're back. You're back. Can you hear me?
Am I back now?
You're back now.
Okay. So you get some microwave popcorn and you pop it up like that. Can you see that in there?
Mm-hmm.
And then you take about half of that popcorn out and you set it aside. Or you can eat it if you want. And then what you do is you just take the bag and you crush it into a ball. Like that.
The bag is disappearing.
Yep. But then it's ready to go. Then you've got a popcorn ball that's ready to hand out to trick-or-treaters or to serve it to family.
Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's a good way. Giving out popcorn balls is a good way to say I don't care about people, and it's also a really good way to get your house egged on Thanksgiving and on Halloween. You know, let's just take it. Can you? The producer wants you to show us that recipe one more time, but slower for the people at home. It's kind of like an instant replay.
Sure.
Because it is kind of confusing, and we want to make sure that everyone gets it. It is
okay. Sure. You take a bag of popcorn and empty half of the bag out. Then you crush the bag into a ball. Like so. And voila.
That is
a popcorn ball that's ready to serve.
And I have to say this one more time. The look of disappointment on the trick-or-treater's face, you can see it right through the mask. And it's so good. It just brings a smile, you know,
right.
A smile to your heart.
Well, when you hand out popcorn balls like this, they literally can't tell that you're not throwing garbage into their bag. So this has the benefit of, and you can, I suppose, you know, you could go ahead and throw your trash out.
You know what you could do is like you could eat like a good candy bar, you know, like a Butterfingers or something.
While you're
while you're eating, while you give them that, and then when they're done, just put the wrapper of your candy bar in their bag.
In their bag.
There you go. Hey, look, a full-size Snickers. Oh, there you go. But in the meantime, here, have some popcorn that I smushed together and held together by my sweat. Here you go. Enjoy that, Timmy.
You guys ever have these? They're great.
Here's
Hey.
a popcorn ball.
There's a popcorn ball.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Could be
That's
worse. Could be
my
candy
problem.
corn. Are you guys
I
candy
like
corn?
how I was
That's the
gone
question.
for most of that, and I just popped back in like nothing happened. That's what I like. Like
Did-
I
did
knew
you,
what you guys were talking about.
Well, I mean, there's only so much with popcorn ball recipes that we can kind of do. And he's gone again.
Wow.
Oh,
We're gonna see. Oh no.
Oh no.
We're gonna see
he's
all of
got
John's
teeth.
digestive process right now.
Yeah, we're gonna see it go down his esophagus. I'm excited about this.
You guys,
Kids,
you guys don't understand how this mask works, do you?
Science. That's what science,
Science.
folks.
parents, grab your kids. You're gonna want to teach them about the digestive system right now.
And you also want to teach them about chewing with your mouth closed. This is a good time to teach them about that as well. Say, see this? Never do that.
Yeah. No,
Was that a good popcorn ball?
Yeah, it's a great popcorn ball. But I got butter on my lips now that I can't do anything about.
At least you don't have that like little kernel that gets like stuck in the back of your throat. You just like can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You like
Just be not so invisible at that
Yeah.
point. Invisible man doesn't floss.
I am fascinated by this. All right. So
Just watching it.
The show is quickly, not so quickly. No, it was pretty much off the rails from the beginning, but this has been a lot of fun. This has been a good episode. We're going to be doing the snappy wrap up. So I'm going to do the John Branyan snappy wrap up. So again, we just get our pages.
Just get your
All right.
script.
So if you're not a member, for some reason you want to support the show, definitely become a subscriber at johnbranyan.com. You definitely want to do that. You want to check that out. Again, subscribe on YouTube if you are not already. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And definitely we're here every Sunday night from 7 o'clock or at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Check out johnbranyan.com. Sign up, be a member. You get all sorts of great things. Also, please check out Casting Crowns. They are out on the road. They're doing their drive-in tour. They're all over the country. They're amazing. You guys know. You guys, I don't have to tell you that. Just because you can't name any of the members, it's fine. It's totally cool. But check out Juan DeVivo on Twitter and on Instagram and on all the other things. Check him out. Follow him. And for me, you can check me out at comedybrian.com for all your Comedy Brian needs. And at Comedy Brian, my social media. We want to say thank you to John Thomas Oakes for being on the show. We want to say thank you for our producer for working so hard behind the scenes and doing all of that. And if we will see you next week, make sure you're here. We've got a great show for you lined up. And have a good night. Happy Halloween, everybody.